Missed our today's special yesterday. What a deal we've got for you today. This is from Lenovo, and if you haven't heard about Lenovo, I had to educate myself because we keep hearing about the #1 manufacturer in the United States. Well, Lenovo is the #1 computer manufacturer in the world, like on the globe, like in the planet. Or on the planet. So it's a #1 selling brand. Intelligent features built in. We're gonna tell you all about it. Over $200 off. It is that gorgeous size that a lot of us really appreciate. A lot of us don't want a big giant laptop. You don't want the teeny tiny ones. This is the 15-inch. It is one of the most advanced processors. So this is your Intel top core i series. So you've got the i3. It is the most amount of RAM we've done in the Lenovo, the largest solid state drive that we've done. And look at this, you guys. Touch screen, backlit keyboards. By the way, 1 year of Microsoft included. So many super cool features on this one. I'm not a big electronics girl, but Joe Harrison, he knows his stuff, and he was like, oh, Les, this is such a good computer. And what a great opportunity, Joe. A lot of people missed our today's special. Maybe you're still in the market. Maybe you didn't want that today's special. Over $200 off. Yes, we've got FlexPay, $96, less than $100 to go ahead and get it home, free shipping. 3 colors available. We've got this beautiful gray. We've got a sand color that looks like a gold, and then we also have the black. 808918 is your item number. And 270 of these remain, Joe. It's been very popular. This is why we couldn't do it in prime time, so whoever stayed up late tonight, like, you know, the late bird gets the worm, or the early bird, depending on how you look at your day.
You know, Lenovo, you're right. It's an amazing company. These guys are #1 on the planet when it comes to sales for computers. There's actually 4 Lenovo devices sold every second. So every country around the world, you look at Lenovo, who is #1. What is that good for you? And why do I really care about that? They have so much engineering, ingenuity, and design that goes into this to make it a perfect product for you. And when you start looking at just the overall features, when you first pick this up, you're like, wow, this is a 15-inch screen, which is high definition, but it's also touchscreen. But the cool thing about this is it only weighs 3.6 pounds. A lot of times you buy a laptop, you pick it up, you're like, okay, that's pretty good, it's a laptop. But then what ends up happening in the long run, you don't carry it anywhere because it weighs so much. This being just that super lightweight, 3.6 pounds, it's really designed to go anywhere with you. The other thing you have to worry about, okay, I've got lightweight, but now how long is it going to last? Well, the Lenovo engineers found a way to make this last now up to 12 hours of battery life. So we're talking extreme portability. And when you look at it from the side, super thin, my finger is actually bigger than the laptop itself. And normally the thin and light, long-lasting battery, super lightweight features, those are well over $1,000. Lenovo is doing it at really an incredible price for all the technology. But really what helps that is the processor on the inside, like Leslie was mentioning. This is an Intel processor. And you've heard of Intel processors. They're also the #1 processor manufacturer on the planet. But they start off with something called the Celeron processor. That's that entry-level one where a lot of people, you like it today, but in a year from now, you wish you had something better. Then they have a mid-range, which is a Pentium processor. We've had a lot of those, and that's that mid-tier. But then when you step up to the i-series, the core i-series of processors, now you're really talking top-level technology from Intel. It is the best of the best. Intel puts more technology in these core i processors, but they're designed to do things that, frankly, your other processors can't handle. And when you step up to the i3, it's a smarter processor, so it has more desktop-type power, but built for a laptop. It's actually more energy efficient, so it doesn't need as much battery as well, but it has a couple cool technologies. Like as it sits right now, this is a dual-core processor, meaning it has 2 cores, 2 brains, 2 engines. Now, the more brains, the better, the more things you can do at the same time. Well, this has something called hyper-threading technology, where it virtually turns those 2 cores into 4 cores. So essentially, you have a quad-core processor, 4 cores working at once. Now, why is that a big deal for you? Well, a lot of the programs are running. They're still running in the background. If I just close down my machine, you can only see 3 programs right here. But when I open it up, in reality, I've got about a dozen programs running on my system at the same time. Because a lot of us will open up one program, but we don't close the other one. It's still running in the background. So having 4 cores means you have 4 engines, 4 brains, 4 times the power now built into this. So no more hourglass, no more frustration, no more hesitation, because it is designed for speed. And when you end up getting that i3 processor, it really is desktop type power that you're getting today. And because this is a Lenovo, that's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. It's a super thin frame. It's a very versatile screen. The screen itself even has an anti-glare display to it. And it's all these cool little things that you don't know to ask for today, but then later on down the road, you're like, oh, I didn't realize that had a backlit keyboard that's built into it. But then, Leslie, the one thing that you showed you in that video is something that's really cool, is that this is really one of the most secure laptops you'll ever have. With this day and age, you always need to change your passwords. Passwords are ridiculous, but now there is a fingerprint reader built into it. So just to access your computer, I'll show you that a little bit later on, it's just one touch of a finger. So it's really extreme speed, but then it's also that extreme security too. Really some of the best things that Lenovo can do.
And some of the features that our customers most want, Joe, first of all, touchscreen. I mean, you never have to put your readers on again. I could read everything on that screen. That's really nice. You know, Microsoft Office coming your way, Windows 11 already installed, that processor, the Intel iCore processor, the i-series, that's a big deal as well, because it's not just a computer that's, you know, for people that don't do a lot on their computer. It's a computer that will grow with you. Super lightweight, amazing battery life, those smart features. I mean, Joe was even saying how, Les, you know, as the sun starts going down, the Lenovo knows to moderate that blue light, because it knows that that blue light disrupts your sleep. And, you know, I mean, things that you don't really get out there, and that's why Lenovo is #1 in the country, in the world, globally, not just our country, but the #1 manufacturer. It is known for, you know, the business person, the person that's on the go, the person that really needs productivity. So, you know, even if you're a person that doesn't do much on the computer, you will love this computer. And I'm very, very limited. So we're over $200 off, and you say, well, how are they marking it down like that? It's because I have like 200 left. So here's your silver, or we're calling this one gray. If you want the sand, by the way, look how beautiful these are. I mean, how many, Jared? 60 left in the sand. And then I said black, it's blue, even better. Look how beautiful that is. So it's like this beautiful navy. I want you to pay attention to that HSN price. It was $689.99. We're at over $200 savings. We're at $479.99. And then remember, we help you get it in your hands, right? We do the flex pay for you. It means you only pay the first $96 tonight. It's free shipping and handling. You get to pay over time, which for a lot of people, Joe, that is everything, because you need a new computer. Your computer's falling behind. You don't want the other brand. Maybe you missed our today's special. This is an opportunity buying a computer that doesn't fall behind. You know, you're gonna get all the jobs done. You're gonna get work. You're gonna play, you're gonna do everything you love to do on a fantastic computer, and a great deal today.
It really is, especially when you think about Lenovo, just a great brand, a great company, but the technology they paired up with, we know we're getting the latest from Intel, that super thin processor, that super powerful processor. It really is like you're buying a desktop, but the desktop is right here and it's super lightweight. But then you start looking at the other specs that are included with this as well. Processor is key, because that's the one thing you can't change. But the second thing is that RAM. How much RAM do you have? Now, what the RAM does, it's just like it's a working desk size for your computer. And when you're in kindergarten, you had a really tiny desk, because all you're doing, you're playing with blocks and playing with clay. You didn't really need that much of a desk. But as you got older, the bigger the desk, the more things you can do, the easier it is to do. That's why when you go to 4 to 8 to 12, now you have so much room for the computer to breathe, to be able to do all that stuff now, because you have so much more working space. Now, we are giving you more than what Microsoft is recommending. They only recommend 4 gigabytes worth of RAM, but that's 4 gigabytes worth of RAM in 2022. We don't want you to think in 2023 your computer's now obsolete. I need more RAM. I need to change it. I need to go buy another one. So we give you more RAM to make sure whatever you get into, your computer has the power, but also has the ability to grow with it. Like I was looking at, we're a big crafting family, and we have a Cricut we bought from HSN. Leslie does Bluetooth, it connects to it, it's fantastic. My 2-year-old computer doesn't support the Cricut because I've only got 2 gigabytes worth of RAM on it. So even like my basic crafting stuff, I can now do it on my Lenovo because it's got more than what I need for today. So whatever I get into tomorrow, I've got plenty of power for that. RAM is so important. The other important thing is the hard drive. Now this is where you physically store everything. It's like the filing cabinet for the computer. Now I'll pick this up for a second and let you listen. It is whisper quiet. There's no moving parts in this whatsoever. Do you ever turn your computer on and you hear like this fan noise and this hum, and it sounds like it's gonna take off on you? Well, that's because it has a traditional hard drive that has a disk that spins about 5,000 times a minute. That's what you're listening to. This is a solid state hard drive, meaning no moving parts, no fan noise, more efficient on the battery, and actually all your programs will pop up quicker now because you have a solid state hard drive. And 256 gigabytes for the space is the most we've ever had for a Lenovo. So we're talking dozens of hours worth of high definition video. If you want to get into photos, 128,000 photos or 60,000 songs will fit on this one hard drive. So plenty of information that you can store on there that you don't have to worry about running out of information anytime soon. But the other thing too is it has some really cool features. There's one that's included, it's called OneDrive. And there's another one called iDrive. So if you have an iPhone, you probably are using iDrive. If you have another device, you might be using Google Drive. You can download those apps right here because you have access it through the Microsoft Store. So now every picture I take with my cell phone, whether it's an Apple or Android, it'll show up right here on my computer. Cool. It's a really cool way to get all those pictures off my phone, and now I can enjoy them on my computer. So Leslie, it's all these cool little things that as you start to use your computer more and more, you appreciate all the little details Lenovo's packed in this computer.
Yeah, and award-winning too, Joe. You and I were talking about how it's an award-winning, I mean, this computer alone, right?
They are.
I mean, at the Consumer Electronics Show.
Right, over 80 awards Lenovo has won this year in the Consumer Electronics Show. And to win an award, Consumer Electronics Show, there are literally millions of electronics at the show. So to get an award, there's a lot of competition. Lenovo just this year alone won over 80 awards for their design, for their products, for their technology. So you're not buying from a company where they just started out. This is a company that spends hundreds of millions of dollars on research and development to make it easier for you. And one of the easiest things is, I'm gonna lock down my system for a second, hit my Control-L. So my system's locked down. If I wanna get into it, I could type in my password, but now I can have the most difficult password in the world because now my fingerprint becomes my password. So as I put my finger over there, it automatically logs me in. I can have this crazy complicated password. So now the security is really there. And it's as simple as when you get this at home, Lenovo will walk you through it. You take your finger and you can log it in. Now, Leslie, if you came over to my system and you had your, and we registered your finger, when you log in, it'll be your apps. So with my kids, when they log in, they use their finger, it loads in their apps. So it's not just a personal computer, now it becomes a family computer that it seems like it's yours every single time you log in.
We are very, very limited on this computer. So it is a beautiful, I mean, look at how it looks different. It looks unique, you know. It's 3.6 pounds. The battery life is superior. It is really, really a great computer, and it's everything you want. It's work, yes, it's play. It is taking it with you because you've got that great battery life. It is all the RAM you need. It is all the storage you need, the largest solid state drive that we have. Touch screen, it really has a lot of those features we want. Remember, you're gonna get 1 year of Microsoft Office. It's the Windows 11 operating system already built in. It is Intel's, you know, top series of processors. So you know what, you know, you're going to, this computer, as Joe says, grows with you. It doesn't become obsolete. It's not disposable. Like so many of the computers get so slow and they get so clunky and they're just not good after like even a year. That's not gonna happen with your brand new Lenovo. So Jared, total, how many do I have left? How many total, dear? Only 200. Okay. Okay, gray. 100. Sand. 60. And look at that. It's like this gorgeous gold color. And then the blue, how many? 70. Final 70, and that is like a true inky sapphire blue. We're over $200 off. You know why? Because we have none left. Like, it's so limited. So if you really stayed up tonight, or you are looking for a laptop, look no further. From the #1 brand in the world, globally, Lenovo, you have scored tonight. Free shipping and handling. $96 is all you pay, and that's any debit or credit card. FlexPay is for everybody that shops with us. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to register. We just allow you to get what you need now and pay over time, interest-free. And that's whatever credit card you like to shop with. 808-918 is your item number. Award-winning, great deal today. You know, a top brand. I had to educate myself. I was asking Joe, I'm like, Joe, what's so special about this laptop? He's like, Les, so many smart features. And one of the things our customer loves the most, I mean, it sounds simple, the backlit keys, the awesome battery life, and then the touch screen.
Right.
I love the touchscreen. I need readers now, Joe. I'm finally part of the club. I love the touchscreen.
Me too. I just got readers for the first time this year, Leslie, and I never valued touchscreen more than I do today. Because when you're trying to be able to access all your content, man, pinching and zooming, getting close, it is a lifesaver. And yeah, you could do that on the touchpad too, but when you can do it on the touch screen, it really makes it simple to do. Now, what I brought up 2 programs that are on here, and this is part of the Microsoft software. So yes, you're getting a Lenovo product from the #1 brand on the planet. You're getting an Intel processor, the #1 processor, but you're also getting the #1 operating system in Windows 11. So this is the newer version. When it gets us at home, it's got everything you want. Windows 11 had so many great reviews. I love it. So many of us love it because they've redesigned a little bit. First off, the start menu pops up right up in the center, but it's designed to change as you change. So the more programs that you use, the more times you use those programs, they'll pop up there. It's kind of like a quick dial on your cell phone. It really puts everything right there. Plus, there's also different themes, daytime themes, nighttime themes that are included with it as well. You can split the screen up. Now, up to 4 different panels on a big 15-inch screen, you can get a lot done by splitting everything up. Anybody that has a Windows computer, you can now chat with them. You can video chat with them as well. There's widgets that you can customize, whether you're into sports, news, the weather, whatever it happens to be, and automatically give you that information. There are multiple desktop settings that are included with it as well. So you can have a desktop for productivity, you can have a desktop for entertainment, and this also has the ability to play your Xbox games on here.
Very
so
cool.
Anything that you have on your Xbox, you can now play with the cloud computing right over the internet and now play it directly on your brand new Lenovo. It absolutely has the power to be able to do that because this does have a high definition video card built into it, so it can support that. This is Windows 11, wildly popular, but super simple and easy to use. That's the software part of it, the operating system. But the other feature you're going to get today is you're also getting Microsoft 365, which is the Office suite. Now, normally when you get Microsoft Office coming with a computer, it might be 1 or 2 programs. This is the entire suite of Microsoft software. So you're getting Word, you're getting Excel. I've got both of those up right here. You've got PowerPoint, you've got Outlook, you've got OneNote, you've got Publisher, you've got the entire suite of programs for Microsoft Office. That alone is a $70 value. And the team from Microsoft will tell me that 80% of the people who buy a computer buy Microsoft Office at some point. We are going to save you money. So whether it's for your kids, when they need it in school and in college, I need it for my work and for my office. My wife needs it for hers as well. You've already got that on here. And it's actually good for 3 devices. It's good for this Lenovo, but it's also good for a tablet, and it's good for a phone.
Oh, good.
So the cool thing about it is that if I create a document on here, and then I'm out and about, I'm like, oh, I need to access it from my phone, I can access it from my phone through my Lenovo because it's meant to share up to 3 different devices. Leslie, the other thing Microsoft is giving you, they're giving you 1 terabyte, 1,000 gigabytes of online storage. So not only do I have storage on here, Microsoft is giving you access to a private, secure 1,000 gigabytes worth of storage. That's included with your Office 365 subscription. So when you look at this as a whole, incredible technology from Lenovo. The software, you can't beat it because you're getting the Windows 11, but now you're getting that productivity software, the most popular productivity software. Microsoft Office is also included. It's just really a 1, 2, 3 combo at what everybody really needs.
And remember, only $96 is what you're paying tonight, and that's any debit or credit card, however you prefer to shop. If you have an HSN credit card, Joe, I failed to mention, you actually get 12 months to pay this off with your HSN card or your Q card or your Zulily card. And so you can divide this into a year's worth of payments. So, you know, it just makes it even better to be able to get that new computer home that you need for work, for productivity, for whatever it is. If you're staying at home, maybe you're not working, maybe you've not been called to the office, maybe the kids need to have a new computer for next year or for school year. Now you're ready to go, but you've got to be quick on this one. I am very limited. One convenience we offer as well here at HSN, we send these great little bundles. So not only are you getting your Lenovo at over $200 off, the FlexPay or the 12 months of VIP financing, we send you software and services as well. So Joe has that little postcard sitting in front of him. Don't throw that out when you get it home, because you'll get, let's see, Bigger Brains, which is a great way, you know, it's like a bunch of online classes. You're gonna get Hotspot Shield for 1 year, Password Boss Premium for 1 year, Curious.com, like for the nerdy nerd in me, I love that, Joe, because you can learn a multitude of things. It's like these cool little courses and classes, a 3-month service to that, Pandora 3 months, Loopster Movie Producer 1 year. So much software and services that you get thrown in. And a lot of people toss that card. Do not toss that. It has a lot of great valuable software and services. Now, remember, 12 months to pay it off, 5 flex pay. If you're picking it up on the HSN card and you want to use that VIP financing, you're at less than $40 a month. If you don't have an HSN card, it's okay. You can still apply for one today. And if you apply and you get approved, you actually get to take another $10 off your brand new computer with your HSN credit card. So ask about that card. By the way, you do have 30 days to love it or send it back. And here at HSN, we do not charge restocking fees. We've got these here and ready to ship. A lot of people are buying items, especially electronics, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna have to wait for it. We don't have them. You know, we'll send it out to you as soon as they come in stock. We've got them. They're ready to go, and it's one of the hottest computers, award-winningest computers out there, Joe.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, especially when you talk about Lenovo. Yes, it's a great hardware, and it's Intel on the inside, that solid-state hard drive. When you look at the bezel itself, super thin bezel on here, so all you're looking at is that big, beautiful screen. There's also an anti-glare display that's on here. I've got a studio light that's right above me. Even as I twist and turn this, you can't see the studio light because it's got that anti-glare display. So it makes it easier on your eyes too. A couple other cool features. There's also a webcam that's included on the top. But there's also some creepy people out there where you can download a virus and people will watch on your webcam.
Oh,
there's a security feature where you can slide and close that webcam. So if your kids are using it, you're using it. I always keep my webcams closed. A lot of people will put little Post-it notes over there. Now Lenovo's built that in to make sure it's secure so you don't have to worry about all those creepy people. There are also backlit keys. Every key has its own little light on there, so it's easy to see. You know, as you're getting it towards the end of the day, you're checking your email, hop on a website, no problem. You can see everything. There's also something built into the screen too from Lenovo that actually turns off that blue. There's a filter that's on here. It turns out the blue. It turns off the blue light. What that blue light does as we get towards the end of the day, it keeps you awake. A lot of times you look at your phone, you look at your tablet, you look at your computer. You can't sleep right away because the light that's coming off the screen. Well, now there's a special blue light mode that automatically kick in, so now it makes it easier for you to fall asleep at the end of the day. The other thing that you can't see on the inside, this does have Wi-Fi 6, and there are 2 antennas that are on here. Really critical. It's expensive to put an antenna inside of a computer for your Wi-Fi, but they put 2 antennas on there to make sure once you're connected, you're staying connected. Because sometimes you might get a better signal out of one than the other. So what it's doing, it's connecting to your home router to make sure you're constantly connected to the internet. And Wi-Fi 6 is the latest versions that are out there. So if you have an updated router, I've got one sitting right behind me. It's getting the latest speeds, but it's allowing me to connect. So now when you're watching Netflix, you're watching Disney Plus, or using that webcam to chat with your grandkids, it is a flawless experience that's included. Now, if you are somebody wants to do a little bit more intense things with your computer, this also has that high definition video card. I've got a video game running right now, no hourglass, no hesitation.
That's
And I
right.
show this not necessarily knowing that everyone out there is going to play video games. However, Leslie, this is the most difficult thing your computer will ever do. Every dot that's on the screen, and there are about 1 million of them, they have
Look
to
at
refresh
that.
themselves about 30 times a second